Hey, do you just want to start on the offensive end? Dam's been talking about the assists being up at a certain number for several games now. D'Lo shooting, just the way the ball's moving around the perimeter. What have you seen get unlocked some on that end for the last couple of weeks?
We're just playing together, sharing the basketball. When you play the right way, good things tend to happen, and we're not being selfish. We're not holding the ball too long. Guys are making the right plays. If you see a crowd, we're moving on, and guys are being quick decision makers, either passing and shooting or driving it. So, when we play free and play together like we are, sharing the basketball, then the assist numbers goes up, and guys are able to, shoot the ball with confidence and know that the ball will come to me if I'm open, instead of getting the ball and trying to force one because you haven't touched it in a while.
Of course, it's challenging in the league to have both ends covered, and so if you're getting better on offense, to not slip. How much is that is expected, and what do you have to kind of still focus on as a team to keep the defense at a level that you're comfortable with?
Yeah, I mean, it's not expected at all. We can be a top offensive team and a top defensive team. I think goes back. I mean, Cam is out. Not sure how long, but you're missing another defensive guy. But I think the thing that's been hurting is just the rebounding. I think they had 10 and a half. I'm not sure what they finished with, but being able to rebound the basketball actually will help us a ton. Guys are getting second chance points, and they're kind of hurting the rating. So if we just able to get those rebounds, I think it'll help our defense a lot.
That late push your team had toward the end of the first half, you built a pretty nice lead at halftime. How pivotal was that stretch? I think it was 10-0 to end the half in the outcome.
It was good. Show the type of defense team we can be. We always try to finish quarters the right way, and that was a good sign of, the team that we're capable of on the defensive end. Vando with his steals and his pestiness on the ball. Bron. Talking on that back line, myself, TP, D'Lo, we're all locked in on the defensive end. That's what kind of catapulted us on the offensive end.
AD, this is the stat Mike was mentioning, is 27 assists in 9 straight games. Is that indicative of this team finding an offensive identity in any way because of consistency and the continuity that we talked about really all year that you guys were never really to ever get?
Well, you're just sharing the basketball. If a guy's open, we're finding them, and guys are confident enough to step up and make shots. It's really simple. Basketball is a simple game. Play the right way and good things happen.
You guys were virtually in the same spot you were when you came back home at the start of January in terms of your record. I know you can't always go there, but how important is this 6-game road trip in terms of kind of making this season work?
It's very important. We got games that we're probably supposed to win, and games that people expect us to lose. But for us, we just take it one game at a time. Starting with Golden State, obviously they had their struggles, but anytime you go up there, you always expect a dogfight, and we'll focus on them and get ready for those guys. And on Saturday, and after that game, then goes on to the next and figure it out.
Throughout the month, Darvin's mentioned limbo rate. Just what impact?
Limbo, nothing.
What impact do you think the introduction of that has had on the team?
Either crash or get back.
Congruent rate, AD.
That's it, crash or get back, and we can't be in between. Either crash, you got to try to get extra possession, or get back and try to stop the ball and find shooters and stuff like that in transition. So the biggest thing of that just not being indecisive.
You guys won 6-4 on this 10-game homestand. What do you feel like you learned about the group?
I did.
Sorry.
You made it worse, nigga.
What do you feel like you learned about the group in this 10-game homestand?
We've shown flashes of who we can be on both ends of the floor. Now it's just about putting it all together more consistently. Up 22 or 24 or something like that, and kind of let the lead slip away with some threes and things like that, some bad shots. So, but I think for the most part, we've shown the type of team we can be on both ends.
About a season high in points for your team today. We're seeing a lot of really, really high-scoring games. It's not unusual. When you were starting out playing, teams were scoring in the 80s and 90s. What do you make of all these high-scoring games? You like it?
I don't know. I mean, I think it's just the way the game is played. You can say the same about the NFL. You know, where you're seeing more and more 400-yard games by quarterbacks. Quarterbacks throwing 4,000 yards, 4,500, yards in the season. So, just the evolution of the game and the way the game is played and the way the game is reffed, the way the game is how the game is played today. So, it works in both leagues.
LeBron, you guys have had 9 straight games now with 27 or more assists. What does that say about the continuity on the offensive end? And does it feel more in rhythm, more in flow on that side of the basketball?
Yeah, we're just playing the right way, just playing the right way. Guys are feeling comfortable, feeling very comfortable out there. We got guys that can make shots. We got guys that can make plays, and it doesn't matter who's shooting.
How important was that stretch late in the first half where you had a little run there and built a pretty good half?
That was key, very key for us to close that quarter out. I think it was like 2.5 minutes where when me and Vando checked in, and then 2-something on the clock, and then we were able to go on a 10-0 run in the half. Bump the lead up to 16, going into the third. So that was a big time for us.
How valuable is it to have Vando playing at this level again?
I mean, it's a Vando we grew accustomed to when we got him last year, and obviously the injuries, put a hurting on him early this season, but he's getting back into form, and that's the Vando we've been missing.
Well, when you guys last played the Bulls and lost, your guy over here said, we got to recognize we have enough in this locker room. There's no cavalry on its way. Tonight, you look like a different team with the same guys. Has there been something that has clicked with this group in terms of unlocking what you can be?
I don't know. I mean, we got to play more games, continue to log the minutes. The good thing Coach Ham did, he just said, listen, this is the lineup we're sticking with, and we're going to go with that. And rotation's been good. Our starting lineup has been consistent over the last few games, and we have a lot of playmaking, a lot of shot making in that first unit, and then we got guys that come off the bench and know their roles and come in and play at a high level. So it's been working so far.
You don't like to take too much time to pause and reflect on things as they happen in your career. This All-Star selection is historic, and just what does it mean to you to know that like all these great players can't claim to have as many All-Star appearances as you?
First of all, like I said, in the post-game interview, I said, first of all, I give credit to and a lot of respect to my fans who've been along with me throughout this whole 21-year journey and vote me in as just very humbled. I'm very blessed to be able to do what I love to do, and I just try to give back to the game that has given me over 2 decades. So to be able to know this is the first time ever in NBA history to have this many All-Star starts or whatever the case may be, just very cool. I mean, obviously, I grew up watching the All-Star game and seeing the greats out there, and when I started playing the game, I was like, I hope I get an opportunity to play on that floor on a Sunday during All-Star weekend, and I've been fortunate enough to do that 19 times, and it will be 20 coming up in 2 weeks. So that's pretty cool.
Perspective is tough to gain while you're still doing it, but the fact that you've done it 20 times now, and just what that says alone about each year, kind of in the consistency, how does that hit you just in the way that it's not that you just played 20 years at a high level, but to be actually recognized as an All-Star?
I've exceeded expectations of my career, so it's just humbling, and it's very cool to be able to continue to have accomplishments throughout your career, but I've exceeded anything further than what I ever dreamed about that I would be in the NBA. So, and I did that a long time ago. So, everything else is kind of just like extra credit. I'm very humbled by still being able to play the game that I love and have these accomplishments along the way.
We won't see you here for a while. You got a long trip coming up. What do you hope for? What are you expecting? What do you
Sleep. I hope I get some good sleep. We play some good basketball as a team. We continue to get better and better. We got some tough opponents, obviously, but rest is going to be important. There's 6 games in 12 days, so that's basically every other day. We have a back-to-back in there, so we got to take care of our bodies and keep our minds fresh.
pretty lengthy homestand you guys just wrapped up. Are you more encouraged by the direction of this team going into this road trip compared to when you guys started the homestand back at the beginning of the month?
I don't even remember it, to be honest. Today is what is most important. We took care of business now. Head off to Golden State tomorrow. Play them on Saturday, and then we take it from there.
Last question.
Thank you.
Thanks, LeBron. D'Angelo, that three-quarter court one looked pretty good going up. Did it feel good out of the hand?
Heck yeah. I mean, they all did, to be honest. Thought it was going in for sure.
The rhythm's been there for a little while now, so we've asked you about this. This is just a kind of another version of it tonight, but the team kind of went along, and everybody was shooting threes. How did you feel like your shooting and just the way the ball was moving impacted the team?
I don't know. I think just the feel, I feel like they may have stretched the defense out a little bit, made them, guard us beyond the arc, gave us a little more space to drive, penetrate gaps. So we making shots, the game's a little more easier for sure. Teams get to scrambling, running guys off, and just playing off closeout. So.
Austin and D'Angelo, I think I've asked you guys this question several times, but how much joy do you guys get out of playing with each other? Because tonight was another example of you guys looking really good out there as a tandem.
Buddy, you ready?
You love him again?
I like him as a person.
All right. Yep.
What was that the answer last time?
Yeah, we should start saying the same thing.
I don't know. I mean, I have fun.
say, bro.
I have fun seeing him
I can't
shooting
say
from
it
the.
for you. I want you to say
Oh,
something.
he's a great guy. We golf. He's gonna be on my podcast soon.
We'll see.
And we have a lot of, if the money's right,
Podcast calls again?
Stop.
I got a bargain. But yeah, we enjoy each other though, honestly. On and off the floor, we have a good time. You see on the floor kind of translate. We kind of feed off of each other and encourage each other, and exciting when each other does well. So, I mean, I think that's where winning starts. When your team becomes contagious as a group.
Who's a better golfer?
Oh,
For sure, he's the better golfer. Don't even lie. Don't say
no.
no.
The thing is, we're 1-1 right now.
Are we?
Yeah.
Yeah, we ain't played in a while. We played.
We played yesterday.
We played yesterday, but we didn't gamble yesterday.
Yeah, but we won.
I had a night off. I had a day off yesterday. I knew better.
You guys just finished this 10-game homestand, 6-4. What did you feel like you learned about this group over the last 2-3 weeks?
You got it, brother.
I mean, being home all month was nice. Obviously there was games in that 10 games where we feel like we could have won, should have won. But to play the way we played tonight, other than a little bit in the fourth quarter, gives us a lot of momentum going into this road trip, and something that we really needed after the loss the other night against the Clippers. I thought we played super hard. Just didn't really make shots, couldn't get stops, but being home's always good, and having a winning record through that 10-game stretch. Wish it was better, but this one was a big tonight to get some momentum going into that.
D'Angelo, the team is obviously a sum of all its parts. I'm just curious about how you view your own kind of puzzle piece to everything. When you were out with the tailbone, the Lakers looked as lost as they really looked all season long. And now, over this recent stretch of play, you guys are playing some of the best of your personal play. You guys, as a team, maybe look as encouraging as you looked all season long since Vegas. So, what do you view as your role when it comes to winning and losing with this group?
I don't know. I just try to, like I said a few interviews ago, just trying to compliment Bron and AD. To be honest, I know they can get us out of games single-handedly. So to be just try to compliment them. If that's me shooting, facilitating, whatever it may be. I've been in a few different situations, so just adapting to my situation. The sooner the better for me always, and this is me adapting to what my role is. Obviously, I don't really know, but I think the aggression is allowing me to have some success.
Guys, we talked a lot about continuity, and D'Lo, I think you've sat in here and said we're a team that's figuring it out countless times. You guys have had 27 or more assists now, I think, in 9 straight games.
What does that say about the figuring it out process on offense and on the court outside of the statistics? Does it feel more comfortable?
I think it's up and down. I think when we're good, we're good. When we're bad, we're bad. Finding a way to have those in-between games, where we can still manage to either get a win or give ourselves a chance. I think that's what we're lacking right now. Obviously, y'all see us play well. Y'all see us play bad. But when we can, the games that aren't so well, or we don't get off to a good start, or we're down 15 or something like that, if we can find ways to claw and get ourselves a chance, I think that's when we're making those strides. I don't think we've had that adversity yet. We kind of go down and then we never come back, or we go up and they may come back a little bit and we find a way to get the win. So I just think we're missing that element of just that adversity, grinding wins out from being down and coming together in the midst of the adversity. So.
Throughout this is for both of you guys, or either of you guys, throughout the month, Darvin's mentioned limbo rate. When did that become, I guess, a conversation internally within the team, and how have you felt that help you guys, if you guys feel it has?
Me? Got that, brother.
I don't know when it come about. Probably when we got back from New Orleans. Maybe it started around that time. But just being decisive with what we want to do. Don't be in the middle. If you're gonna crash the offensive glass, crash. If not, get back. And that goes for everything else in the game. Just don't be in the middle of making a decision. Just make the decision and live with the results. That's really all I kind of took from it. And I feel like we have done a much better job of that. As I spoke about last game, Vando having 6 offensive rebounds, like that's where he can really impact the game.
How about Vando tonight? My bad, bro.
No, you're good.
Y'all got to talk about Vando whenever y'all
He should be in here instead of me
that.
right now. So he just wanted the night off. So I said I'd come sit here and listen to D-Lo talk.
Chill. Whenever y'all tweet, though, man, make sure y'all give Vando some love, man. He played his ass off. For sure.
Hey,
oh, yeah.
Sorry about that. I had to do it.
Hey, D-Lo, just, with this type of win tonight, how much at peace can you guys be knowing that though you guys had your struggles in the season, that you can pull out a performance like this? And how can you guys take from this and grow, going forward with this long, rest of the season still remaining?
Yeah, I think any win in this league's confidence booster. Good, bad, ugly, no matter what. And like he said, this is a good win for us going on to this road trip coming up. And just knowing we can compete against a lot of teams and we can beat a lot of teams. They beat us recently in Chicago, so for us to come back and get one, they're a well-coached team, well stuck. Like their whole team's capable of doing a lot of different things. So it was a good win for us, all in all.
D'Angelo, it just so happens, I was going to ask you about Vanderbilt. That last stretch in the second quarter, he comes in with about 2 minutes left, 10-0 run, some of his typical activity. What have you seen from him getting back to that kind of level of full health? And, that obviously is the group that you played a lot with last year, later in the season. What clicked there tonight? And, how could that be a factor moving forward?
I mean, when you talk about working on your game, he's doing that. All summer he's worked on those things. And we kind of seen today a lot of glimpse of him just kind of doing the stuff that he's worked on with confidence. And then when he's healthy, he's a beast. I mean, a lot of teams know that. They value it. When he's making that shot, teams try to, help off of him. He's making that shot. He's that much more dangerous, Any winning team needs a piece like that. So shout out to him. He'll be on a lot of winning teams throughout his career.
D'Lo, you looked like you were hooping in your backyard tonight, and you looked like you were really in rhythm. So how rewarding is it to see kind of this stretch for you personally just pay off in a sense where you are in the season and just kind of overall helping the team?
I think just helping the team get wins. I have a lot of fun out there. Whenever I'm making shots like that, I I have a lot of fun doing it. So I try to showcase it. It's contagious. I think everybody kind of started shooting with that confidence a little bit, and it just makes us that much harder to guard. And my confidence is through the roof right now, and I'm gonna keep it there. And it's always good to have that. Yep.
It's always through the roof.
Darvin, the whole team obviously shot really well from 3. D'Angelo had 8 of them, and in that rhythm again. Have you seen something consistent the last couple of weeks as he's been in this rhythm, and how much of that was of impact tonight?
I think the communication, we've had some shoot-arounds. We've gotten a chance to have some shoot-arounds, and just his individual work, the way he's been working on his game, putting in extra time on his game. I'm sure some of you guys will come in, shoot around in the morning of shoot-arounds to get your interviews done, post-shoot-around. You've seen them out there with Coach Micah, just again, polishing different things, trying different shots from different areas, different scenarios, and it's paying off. And again, he's hungry, man. He's playing at a high level. It's beautiful to watch. The player that especially representing your team go on a tear like this, we've needed all of it, and he's in an extremely good rhythm.
First half was kind of back and forth from a lead standpoint. I think you're up 6, and then Vanderbilt came in with 2 minutes left, 10-0 run. What did you see from that group and how Vanderbilt affected on the game as well?
Just his scrappiness. We during one of the sessions in shoot around, he and I talked about, he's great at getting to the next action. If he catches the ball spaced, if he doesn't want to shoot his corner 3, he's great at getting to the next action, uphill DHOs, little pitch and hits. But, he and I discussed him driving the ball more, driving to the rim, and he was able to get some off tonight, which was great. Just adds another layer to it, to what he can do and what he can give us. But his activity was phenomenal. I mean, they have some tough covers over there from Vooch, DeMar, Kobe White, and then a bunch of guys that can really shoot it, Caruso, Patrick Williams, all of those guys. So the biggest thing for us was just to continue to compete, good, bad, and indifferent. Just keep attacking each possession, and I thought we did. They got a little loose at the end of the game, but at the end of the day, it's as hard as it is to win in this league. It's like you got to appreciate the doubles you can get, especially in front of your home crowd.
Darvin, you guys just wrapped up this 10-game homestand, 6-4. Now you embark on the 6-game Grammy trip. How do you view this homestand and what you guys accomplished, and then how do you looking forward to the Grammy trip? What is kind of the key for you guys to continue the recent success you've had?
We've had some ups and downs here. Had a chance to watch a ton of film. As I just mentioned, we had a chance to get in some shoot-arounds. So just taking all of that, looking at it, constantly evaluating ourselves, looking for ways we can get better at different things, and also ways, we can sustain what we're doing well. From turnovers, giving up offensive rebounds, bad fouls, fouling shooters, all of that. We examine ourselves as we prepare for each and every individual opponent. So I just think we carry on with that process, looking at ourselves first, the way we want to play, our identity, what helps us, what's hurting us, and try to, sustain and alleviate the two. And we'll continue on with that process and embarking on this road trip. The only thing you can do is take things one day at a time. You can't look past Golden State. You just got all eyes and all minds have to be focused and locked in on that team. That's our next opponent.
Darvin, maybe it's a little bit of an arbitrary number, but this is the 9th straight game that you guys have had at least 27 assists. Some of that is shot making, but how much of that is sort of proof of continuity, proof of consistency, and are you encouraged kind of with the overall offensive process?
Absolutely. And I think it's also proof of guys playing with pace, guys being disciplined with their running habits. Whether or not they're going to get the ball, they're doing their job in terms of creating space for their teammates, putting pressure on the defense to flatten out and collapse, doing a great job of getting the ball to the paint. Some rim attacks as well as some paint attacks, which leads to kickouts. That allows for more threes and more threes in rhythm when you're playing with a lot of pace and force. But I attributed that to them physically doing and carrying out what we've been watching in film, the things we've been pointing out in film, the things we've been touching on in the walkthroughs, our offensive breakdowns, and it's paying off. I think those threes become a lot easier when everyone, again, is doing things with a sense of urgency and no one is walking or watching. Everyone is active in some type of way, whether they're cutting hard to space, running into a screen, getting a hit, getting out of the screen quickly, being deliberate and making decisive plays with the basketball. It's all leading to making shots, which in turn, increases your assist count.
LeBron had double-digit assists. You guys are above 500 this year when that happens, and I know that's not all that different than what your overall record is, but is there something to that, him being more of a distributor? I don't know if that could, we know that he's capable a lot at 39 years old, but can that save some energy to allow him to pick his spots? Is that a reflection of other guys kind of carrying more of the load?
Yeah, I mean, he's just making the proper play that's in front of him. Whether he's pushing it in transition, whether he's handling it in the pick and roll, screening in the pick and roll, posting up at the elbow, posting up in the low blocks, whether he's slashing. If he's seeing bodies in front of him, he's great at surveying the situation before he activates. And once he activate meaning, he gets his body moving in a particular scenario, he's already knowing where everyone is, where they're supposed to be. So his ability to catch the ball, see the floor, pass on time, on target, definitely allows him to empower his teammates to be able to be aggressive and be shot aggressive and carry the load in certain stretches, which is, not only saves him, but it saves AD as well. And so, again, these guys being able to step up and be aggressive, and not just, wait for them to do something first. Just be a group, be a unit. If you have an opportunity, an advantage, take advantage of it. That's all they want is for the right play to be made, whether it's for them, by them, or by their teammates.
You mentioned pregame that when you guys are competing defensively, sharing the ball offensively, like the sky's the limit. Is that what you were seeing during that, I think, 12-minute stretch from the second quarter going to the third? And if so, what's what kickstarts that, and what can, you guys take away from that stretch to have that be more consistent, even as a result in that scoring margin during that stretch, just have that energy or urgency be more consistent?
I think when you just come out with a competitive mindset and then to do it together as a unit, and you do the little things, you don't skip or get bored with the details. And the details being, again, like I mentioned, your running habits, playing with force, running with a purpose, having a sense of urgency to share. And again, the physicality of creating an advantage by screening, slashing, driving, really keeping the defense on their heels. And then ultimately, whether it works out or not, having a next play mentality. And it really starts on the defensive end as well, first and foremost, actually. When you're able to be active and get stops and put the team in uncomfortable positions, then good things are going to happen for you offensively. If you then, in turn, when you get a stop or force a turnover, a live ball turnover, and you're able to rush it back the other way, it's going to definitely put a lot of juice into your offense. And defensively, you can be great, which we saw in that first quarter. I thought we had some great defensive possessions, and they still scored. So that's where the next play mentality kicks in, and you're not sulking. And I think now they have the limbo rate, and we've been tracking that, and we've gotten much, much better at that 2 to 4 second window when you're looking around surveying the situation, not really doing anything. Lowering that rate, it has been huge for us, because now play good defense, someone still scores, we're getting it in quickly, rushing it up the floor quickly, and putting them back on their heels as they get back on defense, they being the opponent. So it's been great. Again, guys, no disappointment lags. Guys are really trying to attack each possession.
Darvin, when you guys get back, it'll be the trade deadline, I think. Are you the kind of coach that feels the need to talk to any individual player that might hear their name in trade rumors?
Not really, man. I don't, we got enough on our plate to try to get this thing right with what we have. And I think that's disingenuous because, the thing I tell everyone is to be a pro, first and foremost. It's like being part of a Fortune 500 company and that has, a headquarters, which ultimately they have different regional offices everywhere, right? The NBA is built similar, right? You have a headquarters in New York where Adam and those guys, Joe D and everybody, Mark Tatum, all those guys congregate and make the decisions for the entirety of the league. But you have these regional locations in terms of where the teams are located, and we all ultimately work for that brand, the NBA. And so I don't know too many guys that have been able to stay in one place their entire career. I don't know many coaches that's been able to coach in the same location their entire career. You have to be a professional and be about your work. You can't be caught up in, all the bullshit that you guys are putting out. You know what I mean? No offense, but I'm just saying all the innuendos, you don't know what's true, unnamed sources, rival league exec, rival NBA coach, rival player, and we don't know if it, it's like, again, what the hell is going on? And these things are being picked up and carried like they're the absolute truth. And I just focus on my guys, myself, my staff, being professional. That's all we can control, is being professional, being about the work, and try to be the best version of ourselves every day.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.